Hey, what's happening, everybody? Good morning from Cozumel, Mexico. Came down here to do some shows. One of my favorite places to stay when I'm on tour down here in Mexico is Casa de Mexicano. This place is fantastic. Check out my morning. There's a cruise ship out there, and right now I'm staying in the hotel. Just had a fantastic breakfast. I'm gonna go for a nice dip in this beautiful pool. I got some internet. Thought I'd take a 20-minute break right now to do a live broadcast. Mike Marino, live. Sorry about that. Guess I can't get internet while you're all the way out by the pool. But this is one of my favorite hotels as I tour the United States and, of course, the world. Casa Mexicano here in, of course, Cozumel, Mexico. Right now I'm walking through the hotel. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's all done up like the old school Mexican ways, and it's right on the ocean, right across from all the cruise ships. One of the greatest breakfasts you're ever gonna have, and right centrally located in the greatest area, I think, in Cozumel. See if I can't get anywhere near where I just was. Obviously, there's a great breakfast room. Check this out. See if I can't get back to my room and do the broadcast in the actual room. I want to thank everybody for watching the show all the time. We're having a lot of fun touring the United States and, of course, the world. Let's check this out. All right. I had to come into my room because I was running out of internet. See if I can't put the lights on. What I was saying here, it's a beautiful morning, June 8th. Cozumel, Mexico. Mike Marino live on tour. Little episode of Live from My Mother's Basement. Hey, good morning. How you doing, brother? It's nice to see you. Make America Italian again. Let's see if I can't do this without losing internet. Yeah, doesn't look all that great. Check that out, check that out. All right, well, at least it's a little cooler in my room. Shit. All right, well, listen, it's me. I'm live from Cozumel, Mexico. As you can see if you're watching this show, I just wanted to say good morning to everybody before I go across the street and jump on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. That's where I'm going for a week. I'm going to be out in the ocean, so if you're in my neighborhood, you can go ahead and rob my house. You can rob from my apartment in California. Thank you, everybody, for watching Mike Marino live from my mother's basement. I hope everybody's having a great year so far. It's summertime. That's right. It's June. Have yourself some watermelon. Have yourself some peaches. Jersey tomatoes. Stay in shape. Exercise. I'm doing all I can to stay in shape these days. I'm trying to eat clean. I'm trying to stay in shape, but it's very, very difficult. Look at the guns. I could hurt somebody, but not for long. So I'm trying to lose about 15 pounds, maybe even 20 pounds, because come October, we're going to start filming a bunch of new shows. And my TV series, Marino 2016, which is now going to be called Make America Italian Again, we start shooting again in July. So we have to look good, we have to stay in shape, and I want everybody to be happy and healthy, healthy. Keep on going to this channel right here. Whenever I do a broadcast from my fan page, I get tons and tons of emails, and I love that. But I have to do it from my fan page because my friend's page only hits about 5,000 people. This page right now is hitting about 60,000 people. And on Instagram, it hits about another 60,000 people. But YouTube is in the millions. So if you can, folks, Mike Marino live on all social media. Mike Marino live on Instagram, Mike Marino live on Twitter, Mike Marino live on YouTube, and Mike Marino, of course, live right here, live from my mother's basement. It's turning into a full-blown show We're going to be filming at least once, twice a week in the real location of my mother's real basement. We're going in with the cameras. We have sponsors. It's going to be a big, big worldwide tour. So get in on the ground floor right now. Any sponsors out there who would like to do some advertising on the show, you're more than welcome to do that. We have structures on how you do it, when you do it, why you should do it, and what you get out of it. Because we also do TV commercials for your company as well. All right? So if you're interested, just IM me, instant message me. I have a lot of shows coming up, of course, throughout the United States and Canada. Can't wait to go back to Canada. I love playing in Canada. And this year, by the end of the year, we're also going to go all the way up to Ireland. Right now, I'm looking at one of my favorite guys in the whole wide world is Paul Capurso. I miss you, brother. He's the original guy who started me on Facebook, Instagram, and all that great shit. Paul Capurso, why don't you come to a show, brother? I know you got family members, you got kids, you got that whole 9 yards, everything you got to do, but come and see a show. Mike Marino's coming back to New Jersey in a big, big way, folks. July 26th, Forked River. July 29th, Long Beach Island. Many, many Jersey shows in August. We're going to be doing the Count Basie come October, November. And then we're going to be part of, that's right, part of the Golden Door Film Festival in September, which is in Jersey City. So right there, my cousin Billy Greco, was that a Fork Award for the... Yes, I received the Table to Table Award, and that was for helping feed the homeless, and I was honored by the company called Table to Table, and it was a fork, and I thought it was really funny, so I put that up there just for people to take a look at. There's going to be a show, a reunion show, in Marion section of Jersey City on September 8th. The Sons and Daughters of Marion. We're going to put on a big event, and I'm going to be entertaining there. That's right, Paul. Paul, I'm going to be back in New Jersey on June 14th. I'm doing a show on June 16th in Bloomingdale, New Jersey, and it's for veterans. Good morning, Chicago. Ashley, it's nice to see you. Ashley, I'm coming to Chicago. Chicago, August 16th, the Italian-American feast in Chicago, and then on February 2nd, which is my birthday, I'll be back in Chicago 2019 at the Omni Theater in Chicago. Everybody wants to see my show, very easy. Just go to MikeMarino.net. That's right, MikeMarino.net. Katrina Reed, how you doing, sweetheart? It's good to see you. I hope you're healthy, and I hope everything is going fantastic in your life. Katrina, I'm coming back to California. June 21, Long Beach Laugh Factory. June 23rd, Hollywood Laugh Factory. June 29, Ha Ha Comedy Club, North Hollywood. July 5, I will be at the Ice House in Pasadena, California. That's right, going to the June 16 show in Jersey. Blaze, thank you very much. It would be really, really great. All the information is all over the internet. This is a big fundraiser to help out the veterans. None of the entertainers are making any money. We're doing this as a donation to give back. And there's only one way we could do it, is throw a big event, make everybody laugh, make everybody happy, and donate the money to the people who need it. Billy Greco, don't forget you will be hosting our first annual East Coast Music Hall of Fame award show. Venue to be announced. Stay tuned. And that's right. I am happy to be part of the first and always annual East Coast Hall of Fame, Music Hall of Fame. I want to be part of it. I want to be nominated. I wish I sang a song. We're going to make that happen. I'm going to come see you these days. Surgery is July 5th, and I'll be out of commission for a while. Geez. Freddie, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Thank you so much for all your help and all your support. Katrina Reed, I'm sorry that you're going into surgery. That really, really sucks. But I hope it's going to be an easy surgery and everything is going to be fine. You're going to be cured. Before you go to surgery, you want to come to a show, I will leave you and your friends complimentary tickets at the door. Remember, tell me what show you want to come to. I will make you smile. I don't know exactly what your problem is, what your surgery is for, but if I can make you happy, you're going to get through that surgery, and then I'll show up at the hospital and I'll make everybody laugh for a little while, and that is my promise to you. Mike Marino, New Jersey's bad boy, one of the funniest guys alive. I never forget my friends, fans, family members, anybody else out there who needs a little bit of help. As you could see, there's some people in this world that are committing suicide. This is ridiculous. Did you see the news this morning, ladies and gentlemen? Anthony Bourdain. I watch Anthony Bourdain every day. I love the fucking show. I can't believe this guy killed himself. You would think he's got it all. He's 61 years old. He committed suicide. Is life really that bad? Damn. I really feel bad about that one. I loved his show. I don't know much about the woman who killed herself that was in the fashion business, but I can't imagine being a billionaire and having everything in this world and being so sick, let's say, that you take your own life. Because not only do you take your own life, okay, and you're gone, but what about the people that you leave behind? I can only imagine what it would be like if somebody in my family killed themselves. Now, I gotta live with that. Why couldn't I have helped? What did I do wrong? Was there something I could have done? How come I didn't know? How do you do that? I mean, as an entertainer, I look at some people like, well, I won't mention any names, but there's these people that make millions of dollars as entertainers, and they blow it all, and they go to drugs, and they're gone, and they're finished. That's just sick. I mean, I'm happy all the time. I can't wait to get on stage. I can't wait. I hunger for it. That's my job. I want to get on stage. I guess that's my therapy. That's my fun. That's my joy. I can't wait to entertain. I want to come up with new jokes. I want to come up with new ideas. I want to do a TV series. I want to do movies. I want it all. It's very difficult to get to that level. But it's the fans that make you keep going, because when they write in and they say the things that they say and things of joy, how maybe I saved a life, made somebody smile, made somebody happy, it keeps you going. I mean, I do get hate mail from time to time. Like, Marino, you should shut up. Why did you talk like that? I had one guy who couldn't believe I say fuck. And I said to him, look, I'm from New Jersey. I grew up that way. My mother said the F word. It wasn't that big of a deal. It just meant she was serious. If my mother said to me, I'm going to slap you kids, we didn't believe her. But if she said, I'm going to fucking slap you kids, you know you were getting a beating. Thank you very much, Katrina. I appreciate that. I know you a very, very long time. You are a great human being. I love your family and everybody out there, and Billy Greco, my cousin, everybody. Love you guys. Stay strong, stay happy, stay faithful. Look at that. I got the thing that says I can go into the pool. I get a wristband, I can go into the pool. So, I mean, if I could be an inspiration to anybody, call me, instant message me. I don't mind. I'd love to do it. I hate to see people in pain. I hate seeing, you know, how's Uncle Tommy, Mike? My Uncle Tommy's doing fantastic, right? I hope you guys are watching the videos of Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy was a real character. Of course, he passed away some time ago. And like a lot of people in our lives, you know, you get to the age that I'm at right now, and a lot of the people in your family have passed away. They're gone. They're not around anymore. And you remember them, and you remember the things they used to say and how funny it used to be. Yeah, you know, like getting hit with a wooden spoon. You get hit with that wooden spoon, it hurt like fucking hell. There was something about it that it was just like a quick, ah, you son of a bitch, in your body, ow, ow, ow. But I think that's what's wrong with the world these days. I saw a video the other day of a 16-year-old kid in a high school class telling his teacher how he was going to beat him up. I'm going to beat you. When I see you after class, I'm going to beat you. And the kids were videotaping it. Now, when I was a kid, you were allowed to get your ass kicked by the teacher. And not only did you get your ass kicked by the teacher, now you're going to get your ass kicked by your parents, because they're going to wonder what you did that was so bad that made that teacher kick your ass, especially if you went to Catholic school and you had a nun. If that nun decided to slap you, you're going to get slapped again as soon as you get home. So what the fuck happened in this world that these millennials think it's okay to say and do what they want? I couldn't imagine being a parent and having to come to the school knowing my son was threatening the teacher. I would take him by the jaw, I'd put him up against the wall and say, son, don't you ever disrespect the family like that again, or I'll throw you out of the fucking house. But then again, why didn't the teacher just look at the kid and go, hey, listen, we don't have to wait till after class. Let's go outside, you and me, tough guy, and let's duke it out. Yeah, you know what? Fuck this kid. I'll punch him right in the damn face. And then you say to his parents, how fucked up are you that your kid is just this ignorant and stupid that he's threatening a teacher? Why don't we get behind the teachers? Why don't we get behind the people who actually have to defend themselves against something that we know damn well is wrong? It's wrong. Because if you don't discipline that 16-year-old kid that was attacking that teacher, I guarantee you, he's the next guy that's going to come to a school with a loaded machine gun and start shooting all his friends. Because nobody wanted to say anything. What people wanted to say was, look at this kid. That teacher's an asshole. That teacher's an asshole. Look what the kid had to go through. Bullshit. There's something wrong with the kid. He shouldn't be threatening that teacher. He should be afraid of that teacher. He should thank that teacher every day that the teacher actually took the time to teach him a lesson. Because that is the kid that's coming back to that school with a loaded machine gun, and he's going to take out everybody. And you know what? Fuck it. I said it. That's what I believe. I got my ass kicked by the sister of the charity on many occasions. I was terrified to go to school, go home. Right, exactly. Kids are not disciplined anymore. That's right. Okay, Markland's nice to see you. Ashley's nice to see you. Yes. Go ahead and write in, folks. I didn't even know what put me on this thing, because I guess because I see what happened to Anthony Bourdain this morning, I'm very upset about that. I used to love watching this guy's show. And I was just watching this thing the other day. I mean, I think sometimes watching Facebook is like watching the obituaries. There's a death every single 10 minutes, and everybody's looking at this, and it's horrible. It's disgusting. You're looking at these people pass away. But I've been looking at these kids that are just so undisciplined, and they have some kind of righteous feeling in their mind that they can say and do what they want. No. Kick that kid's fucking ass. I wish I knew which one it was. This kid was yelling and screaming at the teacher, and the teacher wasn't saying anything. I think the teacher was petrified. Well, yeah. Fame and fortune doesn't make who happy? I don't even know. We watch shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians when we should watch more educational shows that let you realize she's one in a billion. That's not going to happen to everybody. She's one in a billion. And, my family didn't grow up that way. You know what we really need? And I would like to be president of the United States, not so much because I'm going to do half this funny shit that I'm doing, but because I think we need to discipline each other. And not only that, the president of the United States needs to come from poverty. Because if you have someone running something that knows exactly what it's like to be poor, he will know how to deal with 90% of the people in the world, not the top 10% or people who are just so fucking rich that they have this thing where there's self-entitlement. So if I was a person of power, or I was a person who was the president of the United States, and I saw this teen scaring the shit out of the teacher, I would call his parents, and I would call in his teen. I said, we're going to have a little meeting, and here's how the meeting goes. I'm kicking you out of the grade that you're in. You're going back 2 grades. 2 grades. We're putting you back the way and you're going to learn some shit. And I'm going to teach your parents, if you don't want to discipline your kids the right way, I'm taking your fucking kid and I'll discipline him myself. I know a great place to discipline children. It's called jail. Yeah. And all these people that are attacking police officers, it's very simple. He's a cop for a reason. He's wearing a blue uniform, a brown uniform, whatever the uniform is, and he's carrying a gun. Now, whether he's a good cop or a nut, he's a cop. All you have to do is exactly what he says. If he says, show me your license and registration when he pulls you over, show it to him. Don't fight the cop. Show it to him, unless you have something to hide. See, that's what's going on in the mind of a cop. Why wouldn't you show it to him? Are you doing something wrong? Is there something in that glove compartment that's different than a license or a registration? So you just show the cop your license, do what he tells you. Maybe he's going to give you a ticket. You drive away. That's the law. If you're breaking the law and you tell that cop, well, I don't need to obey you, I don't need to obey you, he has the right to kick your fucking ass. Because if a cop came up to me and assumed that I did something wrong, I'd put my hands up. Hello, officer. How are you? Whatever you want, officer. Okay, got it. Yes. You don't fight that situation. That's what's fucked up with this world. When I was a kid and a cop came up and down that street and he was swinging his baton, we respected that police officer. That's right. That's right, Officer Kennedy. It's nice to see you. Good morning, top of the morning to you, Officer Kennedy. Wow, your shoes look great. That bat looks like it would hurt somebody. And you respected that cop. And you went to school and you said, you know, someday I think I'd like to grow up and be a police officer. Maybe someday I'd like to grow up and be a fireman. Maybe someday I'd like to grow up and be president of the United States. Why can't we do that? It is actually so easy. I've been watching these videos where people are getting pulled over and they spit on the cop, they yell at the cop, they tell the cop he's an asshole. He's doing his job. He trained, he got the job, this is what he does for a living. 90% of them, let's say, do it exactly the way they're supposed to. All you have to do is obey the law. Look what happened when some people of superpowers decided they didn't have to abide by the law. And these are laws that they imposed. They lost their jobs. Isn't that hypocritical? So from now on, ladies and gentlemen, if a cop pulls you over for something, or if you're being confronted by a police officer, do exactly what the cop tells you. Back up. Okay, so Josette here is actually saying, I'm sorry, I gotta try to read this whole thing, that she was killed by a 16-year-old, and he said he was afraid. Really, he aimed the car at her and killed her. All right. Now, this is a perfect situation to be brought up here on the show right now. The cop in Baltimore was run over by a 16-year-old kid. He was robbing houses, claimed he had to run her over because he was scared she was going to shoot him. Okay. Now, if he wasn't robbing a house, he wouldn't have to run over the cop. So the problem is not the cop, it's the guy. I can't believe a robber got shot by a cop, but he was the robber who had a gun. If you're not committing a crime, why would you have to do what you've done? So this 16-year-old kid, in my opinion, him and his mother and father, because his mother and father are to blame, if you could find them, put him on national television. Let them confess to the world. Let everybody see what's going on. And then make the punishment fit the crime. And this is the way I see it. You have to think about it as if it happened to you. Let's supposing I was married to this police officer. Now I have to live the rest of my life with my children, let's say, knowing that some 16-year-old fucking douchebag decided he was going to commit a crime and run over my wife. I have to live with that. So instead of putting the kid on trial, instead of putting the kid in jail, let him spend the night with me. Let him spend the night with me, and I'll take care of it from there. And what happens the next day is none of anybody's business. I'm going to take care of it. Now, I'm just talking out of anger right now, but what if it really did happen? I think I would be mad enough to have no problem squeezing his kid's fucking head off in that arm right there. I'd take your fucking head off. Because if people weren't committing the crime, this shit wouldn't have happened. What did you do to cause friction? The other day, my take on police brutality is of this. Usually when those cameras are rolling, you see the brutality in action already. You never know what was preceding. You don't know what they were talking about before it happened. Now, I don't believe in police brutality. There are some people out there, yes, they come in all shapes and sizes and colors. When they put on that badge, they have a sense of entitlement. I'm gonna fuck you up. You gotta watch out for these people. So, when you're in the midst of these type of guys, obey the law. Just say, okay, officer, okay, because you never know which one of these guys might be a loaded nut. It might be a nut with a badge. So you have to be careful. But if you're not breaking the law, why would you have to worry? And what caused police brutality? Did you ever see one of these things where a guy is really outraged, he's ready, he's oversized, he's big. I saw it in the news the other day. This guy must have been 6'5", 300 pounds, ready to beat the hell out of this female cop. And she was saying, just calm down, sit on the ground, put your hands behind your back, sit down, put your hands back. If he put his hands behind his back, everything would have been okay. But he didn't, and he came at that woman, so she shot him with the taser. It didn't knock him down. Another cop shot him with the taser. It didn't knock him down. So now they have to jump on this guy and tackle him, do everything they can to keep him from getting nuts. So is this police brutality, or did they need to do that to constrain this person? Yeah, see? So I'm right, Josette. Thanks for writing in. But that's the way I see it. Bunch of kids breaking into houses. I mean, and then they run over the cop. Kill them all. Make it a reality show. Call it the guillotine. Are you guilty? Yeah. Cut your head off. Let's see how much crime is out there. That's what maybe we should bring back an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's the way I see it. Because this is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It makes me really, really mad. Because like I said, yeah, there's police brutality. But what egged it on? Why not just do what the cop says? There's some great cops out there. They do the right thing. I got pulled over once. I went through a stop sign. I know I deserved a ticket. As soon as the cop pulled me over, he said to me, hey, you know you went through the stop sign? I says, I did. I was falling asleep at the wheel. I shouldn't be driving. I'm too tired. I was coming home from a show. I told the truth. And the cop just happened to see that when I gave him my license, in my wallet was a cross. It was a crucifix that my mother gave to me. And I always keep it in my car so that I drive being blessed. When the cop saw the crucifix, he said to me, he goes, you Christian? I said, yeah. He just said, oh, what church you go to? I said, oh, I go to one down the block, you know, this, that, and the other thing. Wasn't that big of a deal. And he looked at me and goes, are you okay to drive home from here? And I said, yeah. He goes, why don't you just pull over and take a nap? And I says, well, I'm about 2 miles away. And he goes, you know what? Forget the ticket. I'll follow you home. Taken care of. Taken care of. I was all set to take the ticket. He just happened to ask me the question, if you know you went through the stop sign, why'd you do it? And I said, I'm falling asleep while I'm driving. It's late at night, coming home from a gig. Now, let's suppose you're drunk. Cop pulls you over and he says, get out of the car. Going to give you a field sobriety test. And that person decides to fight that cop. Does it become police brutality? Not in my mind. No, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. And people who drink hard alcohol, what do they become? Aggressive. And they want to fight. As a performer, when I'm on stage and there's a really drunk guy in the room or girl in the room, and they decide they want to combat with me. They want to have a verbal assault against me. You'd have been better off smoking a joint and keeping your mouth shut. Because verbally, I'm going to abuse the shit out of you because I know why you got the way you got. You drink that much at a place like that because you want some violence to happen and you're unhappy or whatever it is. Yeah, liquid courage. Screw that shit. Don't fuck with me. I don't even know why people do that. It really chaps my ass. I mean, if you guys watching in the news that this girl, Jill Kimmel, who happens to be Jimmy Kimmel's sister, which is another crazy story. How does Jimmy Kimmel, the famous Jimmy Kimmel, have a sister who's not performing on his show monthly or nightly or weekly? That's just ridiculous. If I had a TV series, I wouldn't put my family on the show. If they were in the entertainment business, my brother's a musician. I'd put him on the show in seconds. That makes no sense at all. Plus, he's great and she's great. Well, anyway, so Jill Kimmel's on stage and she's doing her routine. Some girl gets up in the audience and throws a drink at her, goes up on a stage and pulls her hair. Now they're in a hairlock and they're beating the shit out of each other. Do you know that comedians don't have a union? You have to buy your own health insurance. And there's no insurance in the club that's going to say, now you as an entertainer can sue the club for harassment because an audience member jumped up on a stage. That's insane. So this woman who got up and jumped on the stage, as far as I'm concerned, find me. Find me. I would love to confront this person because I don't care what a comedian says on stage. You started it. You started it. And I'd knock that lady's head off. I don't care. Female, male, you approach an entertainer while they're entertaining, you deserve to get your ass kicked. First of all, when we're on stage, you're blinded by the light, so you don't see it coming. It comes out of nowhere. And you know, what kind of a person ruins an evening for everybody because you needed to express yourselves on something? Makes no sense at all. Well, you know what's really weird? This broadcast started out in a cheery way because I'm in Cozumel, Mexico, and it took another drive down the other way. But as long as everybody's having fun, I want to thank everybody for writing into the show this morning. This has been this is one of my favorite shows. We got some really great shit expressed out here. Listen, I'm Mike Marino. I want to thank everybody for always watching and encouraging me to keep on going with my comedy throughout the United States and, of course, around the world. I'm bringing it to you live from one of my favorite hotels, Casa de Mexicano, here in Cozumel, Mexico. I'm going to board the Liberty of the Seas by Royal Caribbean for the next week. You should do a show with Jeff Dunham. I think it'd be hilarious. Yeah, maybe I will someday. That would be really great. Thank you so much, Ashley. Josette George, what a great name. Have a great day. You have a great day too, and thank you so much. Remember, everybody, maybe we should all be a little bit nicer to each other out there, all right? Remember, let's make America Italian again. You don't know nothing, you didn't see nothing, you don't say nothing. Keep on watching Mike Marino live from my mother's basement. Tell your friends. Tell everybody. Mike Colon, it's nice to see you out there in California. I got to get going. Don't forget, you could also listen to my show every Thursday night at 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 o'clock on the West Coast, ddvradio.com with yours truly, Mike Marino, live from my mother's basement. I'll talk to you again. I always end every single one of my shows by saying the same thing, huh? Hey, let's get out there with some muscle. Let's all look good. Let's stay in shape. Let's be nice to each other. John Timpanelli's nice to see you. Look, everybody's writing in now. I've been on the air for a half hour. Let's get back to love and compassion. Respect each other. Ladies and gentlemen, if a cop pulls you over for any reason, just do what he says. It's not going to be any problem. Just do what he says. And to you millennials out there, all right, respect what other people do for a living. Stop being such pains in the asses, I want to say, all right? All right? Thank you so much, Beth Ann. We got some catching up to do, all right? You know my phone number. Let's get in touch. Everybody out there, I got to get going. I love it. Don't forget, I end my broadcast all the time by saying the same thing, huh? What does it say? Tell me, everybody. Say it, say it. Don't take no shit from nobody. Hey, folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.